It was a time when curiosity and exploration took center stage. The rediscovery of classical knowledge sparked a passion for learning, leading to advancement in various fields like art, science, and literature. Imagine a time of radical change, a period where new ideas blossomed and creativity flourished. This was the English Renaissance, a transformative era spanning roughly from the late 15th century to the early 17th century. It was a time when curiosity and exploration took center stage. The rediscovery of classical knowledge sparked a passion for learning, leading to advancement in various fields like art, science, and literature. But let's focus on a particular facet of this remarkable era, the cultural and the literary revolution. Poets like Sir Thomas Wyatt and Sir Philip Sidney experimented with new forms and structure, including the sonnet and a 14-line poem introduced to England during this period. But if she love me not, I care not then for living. If I succeed not, I have that I have before. But it was William Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon, who truly became the voice of the Renaissance. His masterful use of language and his exploration of universal themes like love, loss, and betrayal cemented his place as one of the greatest writers in history. The English Renaissance wasn't just about literature and poetry. It was a time of social, political, and religious upheaval, with events like Reformation shaping up the course of history. It was a period of exploration and discovery, as brave adventurers set sail to new lands, charting unfamiliar territories and expanding the known world. Though centuries have passed, the legacy of the English Renaissance continues to resonate. It serves as a reminder of the power of human creativity, the importance of learning and exploration, and the lasting impact a single era can have on the world.
So the first point is cultural renewal and classical influences. By that means that Renaissance poets were inspired by antiquated custom and were influenced by resurgence of interest in classical Greek, ancient and Roman literature. There are two, which is Astrophel and Stella, and the other one is the Fairy Queenie. Were two examples of this Renaissance, showing this era intellectual curiosity as well as its contribution to a cultural renaissance. This was based on morality. So by that, it produced works that come to represent the spirit of the Renaissance. The influence of legacy in English literature. Literal accomplishment of the English Renaissance create a lasting impression and influence in the development of English literature. Future generation of poets benefit from the period's break from medieval tradition and investigation of a wide range of terms and genres. The rich language and profound examination of the human experience found in the works of Spencer and Sidney have left a lasting impression on readers and academics, securing the English Renaissance plays as a crucial period in the development of poetry.
In the heart of English Renaissance, a groundbreaking invention emerged, forever altering the course of history: the printing press. Picture a world where books were rare treasures, painstakingly copied by hand. Now enter the Gutenberg press, a marvel that brought knowledge to the masses. Meet Johannes Gutenberg, the visionary behind this revolutionary device. His inventions sparked an intellectual wildfire, igniting the Renaissance intellectual fervor. The press worked like magic, using movable type to reproduce words and ideas with unmatched speed. Suddenly, the written word wasn't confined to the elite. Books became accessible to a wider audience, fostering an era of enlightenment and cultural blossoming. Scholars delved into classical works, artists found inspiration, and society witnessed a flourishing exchange of ideas. Shakespeare, Milton, and countless others emerged. Their words are now immortalized in print. The printing press became the catalyst for a literary explosion. Today, as we navigate the sea of information, let's pause and appreciate the echoes of that Renaissance innovation, the invention that transformed how we share knowledge and shaped the world we know. Now imagine you are in the era where books like this are rare and only the very elite people could own them because they were handwritten. Until this amazing machine was invented, which was the Gutenberg press.
Renaissance era. So the English Renaissance era, usually spanning from the late 15th century to the early 17th century, was a period of culture, artistic, and intellectual flourishing in England. It was characterized by a revival of interest in classical learning, humanism, and a shift in artistic style. Influenced by the broader European Renaissance, this period saw the works of renowned figures such as William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Sir Thomas More, contributing to literature and drama. For the main characteristic in this era I find out is about printing revolution. Printing revolution during the Renaissance era, facilitated by Johannes Gutenberg, invention of the printing press around 1450, played a pivotal role in transforming the way information was disseminated. Printing revolution, also the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-15th century revolutionized the way information were disseminated. This technological advancement played a crucial role in the spread of Renaissance ideas, making literature, art, and scientific knowledge more widely accessible. In this printing revolution, people write a letter to communicate and spread the information to others. Is it a very cool way to spread the information? And also they read a lot of newspaper about the new information that they can get from the newspaper. That's how information spread. Now we are in modern time that we can read the information in Facebook, in the online newspaper. People also can know information by call only. Everything is easy right now.
William Shakespeare is known for his many contributions to the world of playwright and poetry. But who was he? Born in a small medieval town called Stratford-upon-Avon, this was William Shakespeare's birthplace in the United Kingdom. He had a wife named Anne Hathaway who bears an uncanny resemblance to the Anne Hathaway that we know of today. It's rumored that he once told his dear wife, "Life is too short to love you in one, so I will look for you in the next." To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them.
But then, the dread of something after death.
Who's Hamlet? Hamlet is a young prince of Denmark who wishes to seek revenge for his father's death, the king of Denmark. But if what he wants is revenge, why not just kill the uncle? What makes Hamlet so special is the fact that he's not just a mindless brute. He actually devises a plan to scare his uncle into making him think that the ghost of his father is out to get him.
One fascinating interpretation of Shakespeare's Hamlet lies through the lens of this construction, a literary theory that emphasizes the inherent instability and ambiguity of meaning in any text. By applying these constructionist principles to Hamlet, we can uncover the play's inherent contradiction and challenge traditional interpretation of its characters and themes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Construction Zone. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of Shakespeare's most beloved and perplexing plays, Hamlet. But fear not, Shakespearean scholars, for this won't be our typical dry academic analysis. We're going to deconstruct Hamlet with a healthy dose of fun and entertainment.
Of a man who could not make up his mind.
To thyself the sweetest fare, thou hast wounded and confounded changeless faith with foul despair, and my service has envied,
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, fall and resolve itself into a deep. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against such slaughter. Oh God.
Let's start with the big stuff, which is binary oppositions. Is Hamlet good or evil? Sane or mad? Revenge-driven or just plain innocent? The play seems to constantly flip-flop, leaving us confused and intrigued.
So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion to a saint, so loving to my mother that he might not suffer the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember, why she would hang on him as if increase of appetite grown by what it fed, and yet within a month.
See, 1 minute he's brooding and plotting revenge. The next, he's questioning his own sanity and debating the meaning of life.
Road with which she followed my poor father's body, like Niobe, all tears. Why she, even she, O God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer.
This blurring of lines is what exactly this constructionist love it. Show that characters aren't black and white, but complex individuals with range of motivation and emotions.
To be or not to be. That is the question.
Sorry. I mean, yes. Yes, but if you don't mind a note, or. To be or not to be.
Try this. To be or not to be, that is the question.
Don't lose focus. To be or not to be, that is the question.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
To be or not to be.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Of course, deconstruction doesn't mean taking things too seriously. Sometimes the best way of understanding something is to poke fun at it.
My father. Methinks I see my father. Well, in my mind's eye.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
So? Who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king? Why?
Yes, before. In a solemn march, go slow and stately by. This to me in dread and secrecy did they impart, and I with them the third night kept watch, where, as they had reported, both in time, form of the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father.
The pains of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the...
Let's face it, Hamlet can be a bit melodramatic, so why not laugh at his existential angst, his overthinking and his tendency to overcomplicate things? The construction isn't just about analyzing the text itself. It's also about how we, the audience, interpret it. So, let's hear your thought. Share your answers in the comments below and let's discuss. Remember, there are no wrong answers in the construction. It's all about exploring different perspectives and finding your own meaning in the text. So there you have it, a deconstruction of Hamlet that hopefully left you feeling entertained, informed, and maybe even a little bit more confused. But hey, that's the beauty of deconstruction. It encourages us to keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep engaging with us together. And I hope to see you in the future.
So let's go to the last part, which is some fun trivia. So time to test your knowledge. Let's delve into some fun trivia about the English Renaissance, a period overflowing with fascinating facts. Are you ready for the question? Question number 1. What was the first English book ever printed? That's right, it was Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. Question number 2. Who wrote a famous play Hamlet filled with to be or not to be pondering? Of course, it was the legendary William Shakespeare. Question number 3. What famous monarch ruled England during the Renaissance known for her strength and intelligence? Yeah, it was the mighty Queen Elizabeth. Bonus question. What popular vegetable were actually brought to Europe during the Renaissance? That's right, it was the juicy tomato. So how did you do? The English Renaissance was a time of incredible change and innovation, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape our world today.
Bye!